My name is Nichakarn Sintanakul. I'm from Sin A and I'm in physics on the period E. So today I'm going to teach about vector. I'm going to teach how to add and subtract vector in many different methods. So what is vector? Vector in physics is a quantity that has both magnitude and direction. The examples of vectors are displacement, velocity, position, force, and torque.
So let's start by adding vector first. To add a vector, we can use simple arithmetic if it is in the same direction, but if it isn't, we can use the tell to tell tip method of adding vectors. Then you find the displacement by using the Pythagorean formula, which is a squared plus b squared equal to c squared, and the answer we get is called the net or resultant displacement. So let's start with this question. Two people are pushing a disabled car. One exerts a force of 200 Newton each, the other a force of 150 Newton each. What is the net force exerted on the car? Assume friction to be negligible. So first, start by drawing out the diagram. North, south, east, and west. So going 200 Newton east is going this way, and another is also going this way too, so plus 150 Newton. Since these two are going the same direction, so we can just add this directly, which is 200 Newton plus 150 Newton, which the net force we go to 350 Newtons. And we also need to write like to the east, since it is in vector form, so we need to have the direction also. Let's try the Pythagorean method. An airplane heads due north at 100 meters per second through a 30 meters per second crosswind blowing from the east to the west to remain the resultant velocity of the airplane relative to the north. So as always, we start by drawing first, going 100 meters per second north and then 30 meters per second east to the west, so it is heading to the west. We now get this diagram. So next we can draw a line over here, which is the displacement. And we also know that this triangle is a right triangle, so we can use the Pythagorean theorem, which is c squared equal to a squared plus b squared. Then we plug in the number. C squared equal to 30 squared plus 100 squared. With c, we equal to 104 meters per second. But since it is in vector form, we also need to find the direction. We can find the angles by using trigonometry. We can write tan theta, which tan equal to opposite over adjacent, so it will be tan 30 over 100, which theta will equal to 17 degrees. The final answer can be written as V equal to 104 meters per second, 17 degrees west of north. Parallelogram. If the question is as easy as going straightly up like this and straightly to the right or left like this, which will have a right angle over here, then the resultant force will certainly be this way. But if you think it another way, it is like moving this one to over here, this one to this one. Then the resultant force will also be the same, since this one also is a right angle, so we can use the Pythagorean theorem to find. But if it's going to be like this, then it's going to be way harder. First, identify the right triangle, which the right angle is over there. Then use the Pythagorean theorem to write down the equation. Then we multiply them, and then we get the first equation. Then we look only at the smaller triangle, and by using the Pythagorean theorem again, we get this equation. Then we substitute them and get the second equation. And if we notice carefully, AV will go to AC cos theta. So we use substituting again, and we get this equation. And OC will go to R, OA will go to P, and AC equal to OB, and also equal to Q. And then we take out the square and put in the root, then we get the resultant vector. Subtraction. To subtract a vector, you can first draw out which direction is the arrow heading toward, so that we can have a clear picture of how the diagram should look like. The subtraction between two vectors is defined as v2 minus v1 equal to v2 plus bracket minus v1, which is the same method as the adding. We connect the tail to each other and draw the resultant displacement. Two soccer players kick a ball simultaneously from opposite sides. Red kicks with 50 Newton of force, while blue kicks with 63 Newton of force. What is the net force on the ball? So first draw the diagram. It is going 50 this way, suppose, and since it is going opposite sides, so it is going 63 Newton this way. So the net force is 50 Newton minus 33 Newton equals to negative 13 Newton. We can say it like this: it is going 13 Newton away from the blue ball, but it is going 13 Newton toward the red balls.
Thank you for listening. Bye bye.